Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, the Meters channel. I am making one of my favorite foods today, and this is something that I try to eat once a week or once every 2 weeks at least, if I can get my hands on it. It is another organ meat, and because it's an organ meat, it's grass-fed. Like I said in a couple of my videos, I always try to source my organ meats from a grass-fed and grass-finished source. So today we will be making beef tongue. So this is a beautiful organ. The first time I made this, I was really overwhelmed, but Daniel's father, I guess he's like my carnivore cooking mentor. He told me that it was nothing to be afraid of and just gave me a few simple instructions, and I honestly have never failed this recipe. Beef tongue is really rich in iron, zinc, and B12, and the great thing about it is that you can eat it hot, cold. It's kind of like a salami. Like I can eat it the next day really cold. I'll just slice it up and it's fantastic. You can have it with some prosciutto. And yeah, let's get started. What you're gonna need is a pressure cooker or a slow cooker. I'm just not sure of the cooking time if you're using a slow cooker, but I'm guessing around like 4 to 8 hours. With the pressure cooker that I'll be using, I have a Ninja Foodie. What you're gonna need is just a beef tongue, salt, and some water, like 2 liters. So what we're gonna do is gonna be super simple. I'm literally just gonna grab the tongue. You don't need to salt it. You don't need to do anything to it. And we're gonna just put it in the pressure cooker. Just gonna wipe my hands. And I'm gonna add some water. So let's see. You don't wanna cover the entire tongue with water, but you do wanna cover most of it. So that was about 2 liters, no more than 2 liters of water. I guess it also depends on the size of the tongue. This is a fairly big one. I'm gonna actually show you what that looks like and how much water I've added. This is the tongue. As you can see, we've added 2 liters. It's not fully immersed in water, and I'm going to add some salt to the water, but not a lot because I'm going to be salting this to taste afterwards. So something that I forgot to mention is that this is going to be a 2-part recipe, and what I mean by that is once the tongue is finished in the pressure cooker, you could just eat it like that. You could just slice it up and it'd be amazing and ready to go, super tender. But what I like to do is once it's ready in the pressure cooker, I let it cool off for a little bit, and then I slice it up and I fry the slices in some beef tallow just to kind of give it an extra crisp, which is like, it just takes the recipe like up a couple of notches. So don't worry though, you could just eat it right out of the pressure cooker as long as you kind of peel that part off, which I'll show you how to do. But if you watch the full recipe, you'll see the crispy method. So stay tuned for that. And what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna turn my pressure cooker on. I'm gonna select the pressure option and set it for 55 minutes. It's gonna take a little bit of time, or at least mine does, to heat up. So when it does that over there, it just means it's heating up. But I'm still gonna put the lid on so that I can do other things in the meantime, and when it's ready to go, it just starts on its own. I'm gonna make sure that it's on seal, so the little valve. And basically when the 55 minutes is up, you wanna let it do a natural pressure release for, I'd say 15 to 20 minutes, and then do like move it from seal to valve and then let it release, do the valve release, and then it's good to go. Do not skip this part. It will like completely ruin the texture of any food you're trying to make. I did that once with a beef heart and it was a disaster. So just let it do its thing. Right now I'm pretty hungry. It's been about, I'd say like 21 hours since I've last eaten, but I'm gonna use this as an opportunity to fast and just to practice my self-discipline, because I know that when I do eat, it's gonna be really, really nutritious. And I've also got, so today on the menu we have beef tongue, which is a lot of protein. So I also like to add a lot of animal fats to my diet. So I'm gonna crisp up some fat as well, which I'll make a video on that. I have a couple of people asking me how I make my beef fat so crispy. So I'm gonna have beef tongue, crispy fat, and we actually picked up some oysters today. We picked up some different kinds, some raspberry oysters, some rustico. So I've actually never tried oysters before, like from the shell. I've only had canned oysters, so this is gonna be pretty exciting. I'm excited to give this a try. And we got some scallops, some wild caught scallops. So it's gonna be like a seafood beef tongue fat night. Just checking in with you guys. The 55 minutes are over and now we're doing a natural pressure release. We are at the 1 minute and a half mark. So I'm gonna let it do a natural pressure release for about 15 to 20 minutes and I'll check back in with you guys for the next step. Okay, so it's been actually 27 minutes with a natural release, and that's okay. Sometimes I do leave it for longer if things come up, if I'm busy running around, but with my pressure cooker, I have the keep warm setting. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna move over here and switch it to vent, and it's gonna release. Just gonna wait for this guy here to go down. There we go. All right. Let's see what's in there. Oh yeah. Look at that. It's ready to go. So I'm just gonna grab some tools and I'm gonna show you guys the next step. So I transferred the tongue into a larger bowl. And by the way, this is the largest tongue I've ever cooked. It's pretty cool. And it's very hot. So with it being this hot, I'm not able to peel the skin off. So I'm just gonna run it under some cold water. I'm just gonna let it sit there just for a few minutes, just to cool it off so I can actually get my hands on it, and I will show you guys the next step of how to peel the skin. Okay guys, so the tongue has cooled off and now it's time to peel the skin, which is my favorite part. It's so satisfying. It might seem a little bit gross at first and weird, and like the texture it's out of this world. There's like little pores on the tongue, but I can guarantee you it's so satisfying. So let's have a look at this next part. So I like to get a knife like I'm performing surgery and just kind of, you know, do a little slit and just peel away. So we're gonna go like that. Ooh. So you don't eat this part. Just a little side note. We're gonna throw out that part and just peel the tongue. All right, so it's done. It's good to go. I always wonder if I should peel this off, so sometimes I do. This little part, it's soft though, so I don't really think that you have to. So this time I'm actually gonna leave it on. I think it's the really hard skin that you need to peel off, but if it's soft, I think it's edible. It tastes great to me. I've had it before, but just make sure that it's not the hard part. So this is kind of what it should look like. It's beautiful. And the next step is to chop it up in slices, or like I said, you could just eat it as is, slice it up, and it's good to go. But we're gonna take it up a notch by crisping it up. If you've made it this far into the video, congratulations. We're gonna move on to the next step, and that is how to crisp up the beef tongue. So step one, let's slice this bad boy into some healthy, thick but not too thick slices. All right. So what I love about the beef tongue is that on this side, the thicker side, it's always more fatty. It kind of looks like a little ribeye. I know that that sounds kind of weird and people might not agree with me, but it does. And then on this side, it's more lean. And I find that the texture and the taste differs throughout the tongue, which makes it super versatile. And this is pretty much how I slice my tongue. So like I said, you can just go ahead and put some salt right now on these slices and eat them. They will be perfection. But if you want to just take it up a notch and just kind of sear the slices on the outside, I'm telling you, it's definitely worth a try. Okay, so now that we're done slicing it up, we are going to fry it in a cast iron on medium to high heat. We have to be very careful. You don't want to overcook them or over crisp them, just because they are so perfectly tender right now in the middle, and they're not overcooked in my opinion. So you will need a cast iron or a frying pan, your sliced up beef tongue, and something to fry this up in. I'm using rendered beef fat, so tallow, and I'm gonna turn this up to about a 4.5. You don't want to burn these guys too badly. You just want to lightly sear them to give them that crispy effect. And this is the finished product and also my dinner for tonight. We've got the wonderful beef tongue, nice and crispy, accompanied by some beef fat, some scallops, and oysters. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want to watch some more of my videos, you can click them on the screen. I look forward to sharing more recipes with you guys. Have a wonderful day.